Dear students, welcome to our talk about improving quality and fostering innovation in teaching through training and lifelong learning. Recommendations of the United Nations Secretary General's High-Level Panel on the Teaching Profession, published in 2024. Improving quality and fostering innovation in teaching through training and lifelong learning includes pre-service training, minimum 16 years of education for teaching, training for teachers to be leaders, training for learner-centered quality education, enhancing capacity of teacher leaders, induction mentorship, teaching as a collaborative profession, professional development and lifelong learning, teaching quality evaluation systems and internships. Part A, pre-service training. High quality initial teacher education and training should be publicly funded for all prospective teachers, including through stipends and other monetary and non-monetary incentives. So all type of pre-service teacher training should be funded by the government through different types of incentives. Number 2, teacher training should integrate theory and practice in order to foster teaching skills and enable teachers to fulfill their roles. So there is a need to actually combine theory and practice in order to enhance teaching skills and the enhanced quality of fulfillment of other roles of the teachers. B part, minimum 16 years of education for teaching. Teachers at all levels should at minimum have a first level higher education degree or BS degree. So they should not be less qualified than 16 years of education for teaching at any level. Number 2, higher education institutions should be coordinated, regulated and monitored to ensure coherence, comparability and quality in teacher education. So the higher education institutions need to be coordinated, regulated and continuously monitored so that they may ensure that they are working in a coherent way, they are comparable and they are following the quality parameters in teacher education. Number 3, private providers of teacher education should be appropriately regulated to ensure quality. So the private providers should also be monitored for quality purposes. C part is training of teachers to be leaders. Number 1, initial teacher training and continuous professional development CPD need to be transformed to prepare teachers to be leaders in a new learning environment and in new roles. So both the initial or pre-service training and continuous professional development should be focused on the effectiveness of teachers in the new learning environment and in their new roles. 2, teachers should be prepared to be not only providers of information but also active and innovative guides and leaders of students' learning and social development process. In this era, the role of teachers is not only to provide information that is available from multiple sources. So they are actually the teachers are active and innovative guides and leaders of students' learning and social development of students, especially as in our country social development of student is not at the mark. So they need to be developed in communication, in emotional intelligence, in social competence, in the personal hygiene, and in the other related development parameters. In order to support the development of higher order thinking skills, of course, the teacher should be active leaders of the students so that students may develop higher order thinking skills. Problem solving. Students need to be learn how to solve the day-to-day and educational problems and the ability to learn independently and cooperatively. So the teachers themselves and the students should be able to learn things independently and in a cooperative way, making learning teams. D point, training for learner-centered quality education. So in quality education, we see basically the three things. Number one, that is based on the needs of the child. Number two, it is relevant to the social and job market needs. And third one, that it is actually at the excellent level. The level is of excellence. Number one, teacher training should prepare teachers to provide learner-centered quality education. The training of teachers should be such that they should be able to provide learner-centered quality education that is holistic, transformative, inclusive, effective, and relevant. That is actually focused on holistic development of the child, transform child into a desired human being, and it is inclusive, includes all types of students, low performer, high performance, with disabilities, with outstanding learning ability, things like that. And the effective and relevant, of course, the teacher should provide education which is effective and relevant. Effective means the objectives of education are fulfilled. Number two, it should be aligned to serve national development and wider sustainable development goals. Of course, the teachers should also work and make students able to follow national development and sustainable development goals. Number three, such preparation will develop teachers to be leaders and lifelong learners. If they do the above things, then teachers will be the leaders, learning leaders, and lifelong learning themselves. So the teachers need to develop themselves holistically, so they may develop the students holistically and go the way their students are supposed to go. Enhancing capacity of teacher leaders. Enhancing capacity of the teacher leaders. The capacity of educational leadership must be enhanced through high quality continuous professional development, including exchange programs and research initiatives, which should be integral part of teachers' careers. So the capacity of teachers should be enhanced uh, uh, by research and high quality continuous professional development, as the context and the knowledge teachers are teaching is continuously changing. So the exchange programs and research initiatives must be the integral part of teachers' career. So the teacher should be able through continuous professional development, they follow, so that they follow the research initiatives, do research themselves, and continuously lead the knowledge in their field of teaching. Number two, to support teachers in their needs, CPD should be designed and determined in dialogue with teaching profession. So the professional development of teachers should be made in consultation with the teachers. Number three, opportunities for CPD or continuous professional development should be equitable, free of charge, and part of official duties, so that the professional development should be equitable. Some teachers may need more training support, and some less. So all should be accommodated, and the training should be free of any type of payments, and it should be managed within their duty time, or they should be given proper leaves to join the trainings. Number four, elements of quality CPD include the things which are necessary that the continuous professional development is at the desired quality. First of all is sustained duration. So if the training has been planned for 5 days, it should be conducted for 5 days. Focused content. So content which is under focus in the training should be very clear. Active learning. So the teacher should be involved in the learning. A collaborative nature. It should be not one is on the giving end, other is on the receiving end. So it should be based on collaboration of the trainers and the trainees. Modeling of effective practice. So there should be the models of how effective teaching and effective practicing of the teachers in different teaching roles should be modeled, or given the role models to them. And the provision of coaching and expert support. So the coaching should also be available, and the support of experts should be there, and opportunities for feedback and reflection should also be there. The trainees should have the right to give feedback, and there should be reflection on both sides, trainers and the trainees. F is induction mentorship. Induction training is usually talked about, but the teachers need more mentorship than the training actually, as far as induction training is concerned. Pre-service training is okay, but teachers need mentorship. Number one, new teachers should be provided with adequate induction and mentorship under experienced and suitably qualified teachers. So the new teachers must be mentored by the senior faculty or senior teachers. With reduced workloads and adequate resources in initial years, the new teachers should get less than the average workload, and they should have adequate resources in initial years, especially designed to allow for development of their skills, so that they may have time to develop themselves and their skills to achieve excellence in teaching. Number two, mentorship should be provided for several years, and mentors should be trained, supported, and compensated. So mentorship is the need of the new teacher for several years, in my view more than 5 years, and their mentors, as they invest time in it, spend time in it, they should be also be compensated, supported, and trained for mentoring the young teachers. G is teaching as a collaborative profession. One, policies should promote teaching as a collaborative profession Of course, UN is asking different countries that their policies about teaching should promote collaborative profession with adequate space, time, and resources, so that they may have adequate space in terms of sitting, time, and resources for collaborative planning. As usually, collaborative planning and collaborative activities take more time and resources than the solo activities. That is why adequate space resources are required for collaborative planning. Communities of practice. Of course, the policy should promote communities of practice. Community of practice means that a group of teachers actually share their experiences, they plan together, and they fine tune their skills in a cooperative way. They share their success stories, they share their limitations, and things go towards further development. And reflective and reflexive practice, and they should go for reflective and reflexive practices. Means that they should think that what they are doing, and they should improve, try to improve what they are doing by and among teachers, uh, within and beyond their education institutions. So such practices should be by one teacher and by a group of teachers, and group of teachers may include teachers from the same institutions and the other institutions also. Number two, such efforts can be supported by education authorities. So collaboration should be supported by education authorities, as when more than one institutions participate, to support from the educational authorities is a must. Teachers should be encouraged to use interdisciplinary teams to teach core curricula content through thematic units. So as we are following in different disciplines, especially medical sciences, the teachers multidisciplinary teams should be there, and they teach the curricula in a collaborative way. For example, if they are teaching a topic in physics, the related topic in chemistry, the related topic in biology should also be taught. Point 4 is in collaborative profession is to strengthen collaboration further. Government should foster local, regional, and international teacher collaboration. So there is need to actually foster or make the local, region wise and international teacher collaborations through partnerships between teachers and schools to share. This partnership will be between teachers and schools to share one, best practices and resources. Next is develop repositories of open digital educational resources. So the resources of one school or one institution may be used by the other school or the institutions. Create exchange programs for teachers and foster research collaboration. They can, if one teacher goes to the other institution, he may teach the best practices of one institution to the other, and may get the best practices of other institutions and bring them back to the parent institutions. So the exchange programs and such collaboration always produce positive and good results. And develop and maintain digital platforms. So digital platforms to enhance practices are very effective in as far as teaching profession is concerned. They connect teachers, researchers, policy makers, and organizations. So these platforms connect teachers, researchers, policy makers, and other organizations. H part is professional development and lifelong learning. Government should develop policies that set out clear career pathways and include resources and staff dedicated to teacher professional development and lifelong learning within defined vertical and horizontal career paths. So the government policies should work on clear developmental paths and the teacher development pathways to include, which will include resources and dedicated staff also to teacher for to teacher professional development. These pathways, resources and staff will help teachers professional development and their lifelong learning for what vertical and horizontal career paths. They may go to higher side and they may move to one type of teaching to the other type of teaching roles. So both ways, vertical and horizontal, should be open for the teachers. Part I is teaching quality evaluation systems. Of course, without evaluation, teaching quality cannot be improved. Governments should implement accountability measures and robust evaluation systems for teaching. Number 2. Methods of assessing teacher performance that consider the complex role of teachers in diverse settings should be established. So the assessment procedures should be very clear, as teaching is a very complex thing. So with the aim of developing and improving the quality of teaching, all this is aimed to improve and develop the quality of teaching and its effective impact on learning through formative support. So actually teaching is destined for learning. Actually, if there is no learning, then there is no teaching. So all the activities of teachers are done to facilitate students for their learning. If learning is improving, then teaching is improving. Number 3, teacher and student organization should take the lead in defining and demanding quality teaching. So both students and teachers should work hard to define what quality teaching actually is, and then the both should strive to achieve that, because without cooperation of the students, teaching cannot be done, and without sincere effort of the teachers, teaching process can not have the type of robustness which it needs for effective learning. 4. Methods should also include tools for learners to provide constructive feedback to the teachers. So teacher evaluation forms should also be constructed in a very effective way. J part, it is about internships. Teaching also prepares learners for work. The private sector can support this dimension of education by implementing learning partnership between enterprises and schools. So for internship, the teacher should be placed in different private and government institutions, and for the purpose also partnerships are required. And technical and vocational education and training private institutions, if in case of technical and vocational institutions, then they will go to industry, including internships and apprenticeship experiences for learning. Internship and apprenticeship both are required. Apprenticeship also is an in-depth form of internship, and by offering work experience exchange for the teachers. In this way, exchange of work experience is also available for the teachers. So, in the talk for improving quality and fostering innovation in teaching through training and lifelong learning, we discussed actually pre-service training, minimum 16 years of education for teachers, training for teachers to be leaders, training for learner-centered quality education, enhancing capacity of teacher leaders, induction mentorship, teaching as a collaborative profession, professional development and lifelong learning, teaching quality evaluation systems, and internship. Thank you very much for being with me. See you in the next talk.